Welcome back, Silver Bull fans. Welcome back to Silver Bull channel. One of the most popular videos I did was, believe it or not, on rice and salt. While I don't make videos just for the mass popularity out there, obviously some viewers are really interested in food. So this is when the shit hits the fan food, or here what I have here is a day's food. Alright, this is something produced called 1 Square Meal by Sanitarium. For the American audience, you probably won't have heard of that company. It's just a health food company here in Australia who makes cereals, Wheat Bix, cornflakes, that sort of deal. And this is something they produce called 1 Square Meal. It's basically a bit like a muesli bar, perhaps just a bit thicker. And one of these equals 1/3 of your daily intake, and it costs $4. So it's got energy, protein, dietary fibre, 10 vitamins, 6 minerals. Basically the other advantage of it is it doesn't weigh that much, really. As you can see, there's the side of my hand. It fits in my hand. So 3 of these equal a whole day's worth of food. Now on top of that, so that's $12. Some people might say, oh, that's a lot for food. But when you consider a McDonald's burger is going to cost you more than $4, that's not too bad for cheap food. And the real advantage of something like this is if you are in a shit hits the fan situation, and let's say you're having to walk around with that, it's quite portable. It's also doesn't require any energy to prepare the meal. You just simply eat it and keep going. You can eat it on the walk if you had to. So a good idea for even in a disaster situation like floods or that, where you're unable to get food. If you have some of these lying around, it's good. My only problem with them is they don't have a very long use by date. These ones expire later on in the year. It's just on the side there, so shortly, which isn't really good. Maybe they've just been sitting on the shelf. Most things like this last a year or a couple of years. I've also got water. This is just a 600ml bottle of just plain cheap water. They're about 30 cents a piece. You buy 24 for $8, so I think that works out about 33 or 3 for $1. Now they say you should drink a minimum of 2 litres of water a day. These are 600 mils, so there's 2.4 litres. Obviously, if you're going to be walking or hiking or even running, your amount of water consumption will go up. Now this isn't, this isn't gourmet stuff. Just drinking plain water and eating these. I've eaten them before. They're alright. They just taste like, they're not disgusting or anything. They just taste like a muesli bar. So, you probably get sick of them after a while though, but if it's keeping you alive, then it's better than going hungry. And likewise with water, very important, especially here in Australia, that you have access to good water, but you're not going to want to carry this amount around with you normally. It's alright if you had to carry this for a day's worth, but could you imagine carrying a week's worth of water around you? If you're going to do that, then you'll probably want to get some tablets that purify water, and some filters, and that way you can take water as you go along. Very important. If you want to get sick real quickly, drink bad water. In places in the third world where they have dramas, you'll often find people die of simple things like dysentery, and that waterborne diseases can really affect your ability. And if you've got diarrhea, it's very hard to hike or do anything. It's a way to really destroy your body's condition in a very short space of time. So water is critical. Clean, healthy water is critical. and then food comes a second, and so like this is really good. I'll show you one I've opened earlier. Comes with 2 of these in. I've obviously eaten one of them, and you know, OMS 1 square meal. And there'll be other stuff, I'm sure, in your own countries, in America or Canada or Britain, where they sell something similar. You can buy pre-packaged meals. There's all sorts of options out there, and that's what you've got. Just, you know, fruit, nuts, and they put some other stuff in it as well, honey and things like that, to up the necessary level of carbohydrates. And it doesn't taste too bad. A bit fruity, a bit nutty, a little bit crunchy, and you could walk around and quite easily eat that as you're walking to safety, perhaps. So if you're here in Australia and you're considering putting aside some food for an emergency situation, 1 square meal is not a bad way to go. Okay, that's Silver Bull Channel out.